Welcome, welcome. You're oh so nice to see. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Gay DD. You still can't remember that harmony.
Gay DD.
Yes.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. It was sketchy at best. It's fine.
We'll do it one more time. Well, I started.
Welcome, welcome. You're oh so nice to see. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Gay DD. Oh, I hate you.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gay. Let's love.
Yo, welcome to 90-day Gays.
Welcome to the 90-day Gays.
That was our old sign-on welcome song for a show we used to do on TV Co. or TV Party or whatever they rebranded as.
It's an app, and it's kind of like an Instagram Live, but on an app.
We had fun in that was
maybe it'll happen again.
And
one
that
day.
happened
We'll see.
in 1991.
It's true. The year I was born.
Because it feels like 11 years have passed since that.
It feels like it's been 11 years since fucking 2 days ago.
Yeah, March.
Y'all, I don't know if you've been watching. Like somebody just looked on their phone today and went, "Fuck, these queens were bored." If you haven't jumped on Too Hot to Handle on Netflix,
y'all, it's our new podcast that our new feature, our new kind of binge that we're doing.
Our new, yes.
We dropped 2 episodes in our regular feed that you're listening to, on this feed, this here feed, and the other 8 episodes entirely, are going to be on our Patreon, the $5 level.
Yes, again,
our Gatreon.
Again, Gatreon is $5 for everyone till the month May 15th. So the watch-alongs, everything is included.
People are devouring this shit, y'all.
It's okay. So Too Hot to Handle on Netflix, y'all. It's kind of like Love Is Blind. It kind of like is Love Island. I'll be honest. The first episode and a half,
I
kind of snoozy.
Yeah.
But then at the end of episode 2, there's a kicker, and then by episode 3...
Yeah, for me, I wasn't entirely sold until the end of episode 4. But I'm on board now.
I was in on episode 3.
Yeah.
I'm
on the train now.
We're invested. We're loving it. Francesca is the bitch we love.
I have a lot of problems with the concept, as you would imagine, because I have problems with almost every concept.
It's true.
But I have a lot of problems with the concept and the kind of methods of the way they go about things on the show. Yeah, but... and y'all, there's an Alexa who's named Lana, and they all worship her like she's some kind of volcano deity.
Yes, the premise is it's pretty people that are horn dogs, and they get together and they find out they're going to win $100,000 unless they fuck or kiss or anything.
Yeah.
Then points are taken away.
Also, y'all, they are not smart people.
They are not. They are not.
With the exception of like Francesca, who's our favorite shit star.
It's a worldly show. There's people from Australia, from
it's
England.
Quite worldly.
Someone tweeted on the Twitter tweeted us at 90-Day Gays and said, "I'm loving listening to these episodes, especially both of your accents, because they're horrible."
They're not good.
Y'all, we are no Meryl Streep.
No.
When it comes to accents.
No, we are not.
We're not.
We're more like those British actors when they try to sound American and they kind of really do their R's a lot.
I've always said I try to emulate Dick Van Dyke for my British accent. Really just. So anyway, y'all, check that out. That's on your podcast. You can look at that Too Hot to Handle presented by 90-Day Gays.
Too Hot to Handle. And y'all, I am very proud of that theme song. It might be my best.
I think it is your best theme song. I enjoyed it.
You can hear my rap skills.
We don't sound Caucasian at all.
No, at all.
At all.
At all.
Anyway, Woo.
Okay. So back to this 90 days fucking madness.
I like this episode overall.
It was better than the last, mostly because it didn't have any Big Ed.
Boy,
it was helpful.
That
much
was
more
nice.
helpful. Yeah,
that was nice.
It had a little too much baby girl Lisa, who's also referred to on the interwebs as baby girl Visa, which I enjoy.
It's true.
Had a little too much of those two in it. I enjoyed a lot of the Erica and Stephanie. I really enjoyed that volatile powder keg.
Which they're our first couple.
Girl drama.
So let's jump into our first Lonely Hearts.
Yes.
Stephanie and Erica. So basically we're ended with they had a fight. Erica left. Stephanie talks about she feels really alone. She can't talk to anybody.
I don't have a support system. Y'all, she's getting on my last nerve.
You know, there's a lot of talk about Stephanie outside of kind of the 90-day verse, and I know normally we don't talk about news stuff.
Yeah.
However, y'all, we are planning a crossover episode with Frauded
by TLC.
So we're going to try to get you that this week. So maybe she'll give us some updates on
She's got some
the
scoop on Stephanie.
She's got scoop, y'all. Scoop.
She, and just as of tonight, you guys, well, now that we're actually recording it on Sunday,
yeah.
Stephanie just tonight deleted all her social media.
Or deactivated it. So she's going through a rough time.
Well, this was not a good episode for her.
Not a good episode for her. That also reminds me, while we're making announcements, we're going to be doing I believe an Instagram Live on ACAST Stories again this week.
With the wonderful Kate Casey from Reality Life.
So we're going to be talking to her about probably Too Hot to Handle. We don't know when that's going to be.
And I'm sure other various and sundry things that Kate wants to talk about.
So look for us on our social media.
We'll talk about how Kate is surviving in Orange County with
5
fucking children.
Oh my God, Shiro.
Every time I see her pictures, the boy is just suffering.
Because he's the only boy. I know. He's like, help me.
She gets all her blonde children together, and the boy is like, someone give me a boyfriend.
Please.
Not a boyfriend, a friend who's a boy.
Boyfriend. Not
I wanted a boyfriend.
Poodle and I wanted a
as
boyfriend.
a child.
One boy, one special boy, one boy to laugh with, to joke with, have coke with. One boy, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
That's lovely.
Come at us if you know that song.
From Bye Bye Birdie.
Bye Bye Birdie. I remember when that came on in high school on NBC with Vanessa Williams.
Yes.
Because I loved Vanessa Williams. And the song that I left singing for 3 days was One Boy. So, it lies that.
Very just foretelling of the future for you.
That's what all boys did in southern Oklahoma, I'll mind you.
Yeah, stayed home on a Saturday night to watch Bye Bye Birdie.
Kind of like when Bette Midler was on Gypsy and there was a tornado watch in the middle of it, and I was furious because they interrupted the show.
That's something you called the network?
I almost did. Anyway, so back to Stephanie and Erica. Just as much as a shit show. So Stephanie says, I don't trust her enough to have sex with her.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I'm seeing it that we're incompatible.
But I feel like that whole thing about I don't trust her enough, it's very, very transactional for her. That I have to trust her a certain amount before we'll be intimate.
It's true.
And she has to prove a certain amount to me before I'll be intimate. And this kind of transactional stuff, y'all, never works. You need to give this stuff freely, or you can't give it at all.
Here's the deal. I was thinking of this with Too Hot for a Hookup. Too
Hot
Hot for
to
Later.
Handle.
Whatever it's called. I can't remember the show name.
You were calling it Hot or Not Later.
You look, y'all, if you're going to be in a relationship, part of being in a relationship, and I'm not telling you don't enter in a bad relationship, but unless there are huge red flags or warning signs, it's just a risk. Part of it is jumping in and trusting someone and hoping it pays off.
You can't make sure every box is checked for you.
It's uncertainty.
Yeah.
Boy, and we're dealing with that now in life. So anyway, Erica comes and brings her some beautiful Aussie flowers.
All local.
And they want to talk, and so they're they're sitting talking. Erica says in a testimonial, she says, it's like Steph has unresolved patterns. Because she said both of us, but it's really, you could tell that.
Well, Stephanie says, she basically says, they're having decent communication here. And she says, the nature of your friend relationships makes me uncomfortable. Which is a healthy thing to say.
Yes.
This part about your life makes me feel this way.
Yes.
It doesn't really help when she says, Stephanie just kind of stands there and stares at her as she says, but, it's all over now. I won't because I'm with you. So, like, Stephanie can't believe until she actually... it's almost like Erica has to become a different person for Stephanie.
I don't think Stephanie is listening at all.
No, I agree.
I almost want to do that. What is it? That therapist is Harville Hendricks.
Yeah,
who does it would be really beneficial for Stephanie to say. So what I heard you just say was
mirroring. Yeah,
because she's not. She just kind of Stephanie and Erica says this later on, but she's just repeating the same record. And I want to ask you because I don't know. Maybe it's just from being in LA and being too woo woo and being gay, but. If my ex was friends with, or my boyfriend was friends with someone that they had hooked up with, and they were still friends, and they weren't like maybe overly touchy or flirty, but they were friends, it actually would make me feel like my friend has more emotional complexity. Or would that, or does that sound good to you, but Poodle would kill them in the night?
No, I have friends who I've messed around with, and we're friends. And I think I have dated people who say, "How long do you know them?" Like in the gay community, it's really common to like you'll meet people you've previously hooked up with, you become friends with. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. But I dated someone once who kind of saw me talking to a friend on text and said, "Yeah, I do this." And they're like, "Oh, is this a friend or someone who used to be more than a friend?" And he was kind of threatened by that. I'm not, because I do it all the time.
I don't see it as that either. To me, it.
Well, the problem for me is Stephanie treats it as this is a threat to us. This is all your relationships who you have previous hookups with is a threat to our happiness. It's a threat to the kind of sanctity of our relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a weirdness, this whole storybook relationship they have. Because if they are committed, they're committed girlfriends. Mm-hmm. They can't it would taint any type of relationship they could have.
Yes.
So that's where I see it.
I have a theory about that.
Stephanie wants a sure thing, and if any of these, if you're betting on it, if any of these people she still interacts with, that she may one day, she doesn't trust Erica as far as she can throw her, basically.
Yes.
But if Stephanie wants a sure thing, and any of these people could ruin her sure thing. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I have a theory, but I'm going to wait till the end because it's kind of when it's kind of confirmed this to me. But the deal is Erica brings up, Stephanie has always known this. Stephanie, that's what kind of is the telling thing, is that Erica has given Stephanie no reason to not trust her.
No, it's true.
She's been forthcoming about everything.
Yep.
So it's like Stephanie got here to Australia, and suddenly now it's all a problem to her.
Well, it's because online, everything, she was being her persona.
Yeah, exactly.
Now when she's being Stephanie.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's like me, this is the real girl. And Stephanie, in reality, has lots of problems.
Yeah.
And Stephanie online did not have any problems. She was perfect.
She was perfect.
Sex positive. She was the sex goddess that Erica wanted.
Yeah.
And now this Stephanie is neurotic, jealous.
I know, it almost
all kinds of shit.
If I had Stephanie in a session, I'd be like, what would YouTube Stephanie do here? Maybe what would she take her advice almost?
Right.
I don't think she'd hear it.
No.
So they go to this party.
She just pull her sweaters down so you can see her shoulders.
Mm-hmm. So
she's like Tiffany, y'all, from The Other Way. Loves to show off her shoulders.
She does. So Stephanie goes to this party. Y'all, this is my type of party. These are the parties we grew up with.
I've got to say though, they are, but the mix of people at this party is very interesting.
I loved it.
It's kind of like I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm saying it's interesting for the outback in Australia because there's like kind of genderqueer people. Then there's kind of like random Australian people. Side hair is there.
You know what
we
it is?
love side hair. And then hold on. And then there's like people who look like the Clockwork Orange people.
True.
And then it looks like Twilight convention girls with that kind of makeup.
You know what this was? And I'll give you...
Very interesting.
And it will make sense. It's like that documentary Small Town Gay Bar.
Yes.
These are people...
It is.
You got to think about the Outback is very rural.
Yeah.
And this is probably like the misfits of queer community.
But a lot of them don't identify.
But still allies. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Those kind
I
of
gotcha.
artistic... They probably all did some theater shit together.
It's an eclectic mix, y'all.
I loved it, though. These were my people drinking out of red Solo cups. I would have loved this part. Doing a beer funnel. Oh, I just would have.
Anyway, everybody's there. I love side hair. Anytime I can see side hair, I'm happy.
Poodle, he doesn't admit it, but he's country, too, and he would have loved this party. And I guarantee you, Adam and Poodle would have ended up making out.
Oh yeah.
In a kitchen
Adam's
somewhere.
messed around with guys.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And basically, because Jake lets guys do this, Jake will let Jake makes out with a guy. I just remember this because I forgot. I've seen it happen many a time. He just will let guys put their hands down his pants in public, especially on his ass, anywhere.
I'm kind of equal opportunity.
But once you lose yourself if they're a good kisser, you're just like, take my clothes off here. I don't care.
And it's also kind of like, it's just, you can squeeze the Charmin. It's okay. I'm fine,
You're fine with it.
I'm fine with it. Just a little squeeze occasionally.
But again, this is to me such an authentic, non-pretentious party to go to.
I agree.
Yet Stephanie's first reaction
she does not belong.
I don't feel comfortable here at all.
I guarantee you, most of her being an influencer is all about how she's perceived and her image. These people don't give a fuck about her image. And so she's having a hard time here.
I think she is used to people kind of going, oh, you're this person. And she doesn't really care about that at all.
She's an amalgam of her online fan base and what she does online.
I do... Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But so she meets Adam, one of Erica's best friends, and this is Adam,
who they have made out before, and she basically interrogates him right there.
But the way that this was led up to, did you think that they had fucked? I thought they had fucked.
Oh,
and then all of a sudden she was just like,
clear.
But no, but the way the lead up, like, this is her friend.
You know what? You're right.
I thought they fucked, and then she's like, oh, this is Adam, and Erica's like, yeah, we made out a couple of times, and I was like.
Yeah.
So who fucking cares?
I know. That's like all in a day for me.
Exactly. I mean, that's
how I greet the mailman.
Package for Mr. Poodle. Oh,
I was waiting when that would arrive. See you tomorrow.
Y'all, and he's like wondering how he's going to tell his wife about that. Going fuck.
Anyway, they're basically, she goes after him and said, so do you have feelings for Erica besides friendship? She comes hard.
She comes in really hard. You can tell that she'd had a drink.
Yeah. And he says, he's like, no, she's a great person. We're like the same person. But know that when she says this to you, trust her.
Trust her. And he says, not at all. I don't have feelings in that way. I love her to death, but trust her.
Yeah, so she doesn't respond to this well,
and
of
Erica,
course.
So this is a problem, is that Stephanie goes in, and Erica, which we get a little of this later, is Erica's friend says, this is not Erica. She's normally always bubbly, always happy. So I think Erica probably doesn't love dealing with negative, unhappy emotion. Well, who does? But it's hard for her to deal with those.
Yeah,
like,
it's
she's
real
gotta
world
calm
stuff.
down and then come back. But when it's happening in the moment, you kind of see she shuts down. She's not making eye contact with Stephanie.
Yeah,
she's seething, but she can't.
Well, in a way,
kind of defend herself in the moment.
They were the perfect online couple because Stephanie is always showing the best part of her,
and so is
Erica is like, I love the best parts of you.
Yes.
So when they're together, it's such dissonance.
When they're memes and emojis, it works.
Yeah.
But when they're
rubbing gooters,
when they're raw tits and raw dog in it, then they see life a little differently. So basically,
when the dental dams comes out, that's when there are
Shit.
problems.
I live to tell the beer. Anyway, so Erica finally blows up.
She leaves, kind of into another part of the house.
She leaves, and then Stephanie kind of talks to Adam, but she doesn't help at all.
Yep.
But then Stephanie leaves and walks in.
And walks into this conversation of three girls, one tall woman with an asymmetric hairdo who is just like, this is about to be some shit.
Again, someone Poodle might have made out with at a party, because he's also made out with women with asymmetrical haircuts.
There is some asymmetrical bliss going on with these haircuts here.
So much.
Oh, I love it.
But then
and
there's
lots
this-
of Twilight makeup.
Yes, and then there's this one blonde girl. Y'all, I think we're going to call her, I think her name's like Charisse.
Yeah.
And
She was just letting her. She's like, I'm sorry you had to hear this.
But you're making her be the way she's not. She's always bubbly. She's always happy down
Yeah.
under. We sound just like Australia.
I know.
It's amazing.
Anyway, then she just she takes Erica aside, and they're still kind of fighting. And I also wrote down,
But that is the deal, though, as I was going to say. I mean, granted, Erica tries to talk calmly.
Yep.
Stephanie yells at her.
Yep.
So that makes Erica shut down.
and then Erica's like, I'm going to remember when you say you didn't yell. Now this is when you yelled at me.
Yes. And so Stephanie goes out and she calls Heather, her friend.
But I just want to say one thing.
Oh, sure.
I said, how do you fight with someone dressed like Jim and the Holograms? How did you
Sure.
take that seriously?
When you've got
Or
earrings made
like
of
a
Windex.
box of Smarties.
It's true.
I mean, I would just say I can't do this when you're staring at me dressed like a fucking table in Party City.
It's true.
I can't do this.
Can you at least put on American Eagle so I can take you seriously? At least with a big eagle on your chest. Then I
can't take you seriously when there are Windex in your earlobes.
People have commented on that too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
She does. Yeah, she does talk to her friend Heather, and Heather is agreeing with her like a good friend.
And just says, "Go to sleep, bitch."
Yeah, and then I just really said, she basically said, "I just wish that Stephanie's like, I just wish that, when I met Erica, all of our problems would kind of be resolved, and she was really going to fix the parts of me." And I wrote down, "Honey, another person's not going to fix you.
You know what? That's what I was talking about. I realized
You fix that.
You fix that.
Yep.
And that's what I.
She's
read.
wanting Erica to fix her.
Because she says, I thought Erica would help me. And this,
Yep.
y'all, we can
To
speak
fix
from our
what's-
heart on this one. I thought Erica would help me make it comfortable for me to come out to my parents.
Yeah.
That is
Ain't
your
nobody
thing.
gonna fix you. Yeah, you gotta do that
No.
yourself.
And I've been on both sides of that. We've done it ourselves. I've had a partner when we were together who wasn't out. I couldn't help him do that. I could not help him do that.
Right.
And I think what
You
this,
support them, but you
support them,
can't
but you
do it
can't
for
do
them.
it. And it's not even, the problem is Stephanie too can't love Erica because Stephanie doesn't love herself.
Ooh,
That's the truth.
Throw
right
it
there.
down. Truth
but
talk.
she is. She's looking for the problems in every single relationship with Erica, and she's looking for something that will give her a reason to say she can't trust her, because Erica doesn't trust her health, or Stephanie doesn't trust herself. In
Yeah.
fact, Stephanie's talked about it so much. I bet if I had a conversation with her, I would find out. And this is on like a deep, and this is fucking deep. Stephanie doesn't even trust herself to live. She's scared that her body won't support her being on this planet.
and
that's terrifying.
And that kind of, she keeps always saying, my life has been a mix of complete insecurities.
And it really is that whole, you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And I think a lot of us can relate to this, what's going on. But if you are sick and you don't know what your days that it can be,
But
you've got to
true,
come to terms with that.
I know people who have either a terminal illness or an illness like that, and they're the most well.
But I'm saying you've got to come to terms
true.
with that. I don't think she's come
And
to
like
terms
living,
with it.
living one day at a time like that for people. Those people are the most well-adjusted people you've ever met.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think she's just. I don't think she has dealt with that at all.
Yeah, I get you. That's all I got about that girl drama.
I do feel sorry for Stephanie.
Oof.
She's annoying, but also too, I don't think she's a bad person. I think.
No, I'm not saying
I kind
that.
of hope she takes a break from this social media. I hope maybe she can take a break from YouTube, and she needs to go to Essalon. You live in California.
Yep.
Go somewhere and just figure it out.
So she's in California now? She used to be in
I thought she was in
New York.
L.A.
No, she was in New York.
Oh, never mind. Don't go there. She's probably terrified
Yonkers.
right
I
now.
think she was in Yonkers.
I bet she is terrified of Corona.
Oh, yeah, she can't go outside. Yeah.
Terrified.
Now.
Kind of like Mother Poodle. Y'all.
Well, I called my parents tonight. We've been podcasting all day. This is like podcast number 58 for us today.
And so, and then Jake
and I called
said,
my parents.
he was here with
and
me. And then all of a sudden
my
I
mom's
hear,
like, she's like, is Matt there? Can I talk to him?
and I immediately just got
You went,
scared.
She's like, what is she going to do? Is she going to like grill me?
I was like,
Is she going to yell me
and I was
something?
like, do I compliment her?
His
No,
face,
don't compliment her.
His face, like, you don't know what to say with my mother.
You don't.
It's like when you called to wish my father Happy Father's Day, or tell my father Happy Father's Day. We were together, and my mother says, well, I don't remember you calling me to wish me a Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Talk about someone, the definition of defensive and reactive, y'all. Mother Poodle.
Mother Poodle. Even when we got off the phone, I was like, hi, Mother Poodle.
You said
I
hi.
said her name. I'm
yeah.
keeping her name private.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did. And so I said, hi, Mother Poodle. And she said, hi, man. How are you? And I said, I'm great. How are you? And she went, oh, not good. My knees.
Yeah, her knees have been bothering her recently.
And does she ever say good?
Rarely. My mother's rarely good.
Anyway, y'all, it was hashtag pray for Poodle.
Hashtag, these calls are killing me.
Every day he's having to do it.
Not
now.
every day. Now
you've
I'm
siphoned
down
off.
to like every 3 to 4 days. Now we're good. Yeah. But it used to be like about every 5 to 6 days. I would talk to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And the weirdest thing is I've talked to my brother less because he's so busy with his kids.
Well, yeah. He's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
And he's still working because he's in a single business.
And usually I talk to my brother at least every week at least. So
your brother's good folk.
yeah, he is.
So let's talk about Lisa.
Baby
And
girl
Mom.
Lisa.
So ironically enough, not a lot happened this episode. And actually,
y'all, baby girl Visa's behaving.
this was
She's
kind of
doing her
the most
best.
real baby girl Lisa.
Yeah.
I kind of saw. So
She didn't show her gooder much.
she didn't. There was no raw dog in this episode.
Can't raw dog in a mosque, y'all.
You can't. You can't do that.
No raw dogging in a mosque.
No raw dogging in a mosque.
No. But the women are still in the back. Don't forget.
So if you're just with the men in the front, Poodle and I could raw
Who
dog
knows?
pretty easy.
I know.
So they're in a restaurant in Nigeria.
Trying to get Muhammad
And her brother.
Usman's brother.
Comes to meet you, and they're like really trying to prove their case to him.
Yeah, and he's like, I will do what I can to help to do for Mummy.
His brother said his mother was shocked, and I wrote, and water is wet.
Yeah.
Because clearly,
Woo!
and his brother said, because she's an old woman, she's white, and she's from far, far away.
Yep, and she's not a part of the tribe.
Now, Lisa did say something that was very touching, because she said to his brother, but she said, listen, I will travel to any part of the earth
For him.
to raw dog this man. Because if he's in China, my Gouda's going to China. If he's in Uzbekistan, I can't believe I just said that. But I saw it once on Jeopardy when I was watching Alex Trebek. I pray for him every day.
dying woman.
I'm thinking, but Alex Trebek, he's kind of hot. Anyway, I would go to Uzbekistan.
That's more like she would say it.
I'd raw dog him there. If we
I'd
went,
raw dog you here.
I'd raw dog him in. I wouldn't raw dog him in Portland because that's a hippie city. I don't like that city. I wouldn't go to Portland, but I would raw dog him in Seattle.
I would raw dog him in a house. I would raw dog him with a mouse. I would raw dog you here. I would raw dog you there. I would walk dog you everywhere.
That's what she would do.
That's the Dr. Seuss version of Baby Girl Lisa Snatch Diaries.
It's true. Snatch Diaries. But then she says, I can't imagine leaving Nigeria, being married to my everything,
My destiny.
And this was actually
I agree.
kind of sweet.
I'm seeing the side of Lisa where she realizes I got to straighten up and fly right, and I gotta really work and not be snippy about Nigeria. Because I think the stakes have gone higher, and she realizes that now.
I think she thought it would be easy. I honestly think she thought, well, I'll meet his mother, and she'll think, well, why wouldn't he want to go to America and marry USA and all that shit?
Mom thinks he's going to be made to be a servant.
Literally. So maybe someone needs to talk. I mean, I
know.
understand.
Maybe the producers could say, this is...
Like, America's really racist, and black
rarely,
people still have to work harder for less pay.
But rarely are they kept as servants.
But they're not
in
slaves.
2020.
They're actually not slaves anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe someone can explain that to Mom.
Yeah.
I don't think she gets that. To Mummy.
So there's still no blessing from... Muhammad was not able to get a blessing.
Nope, couldn't get it.
And so baby girl Lisa
devastated.
did a very unfortunate cream rinse relaxer the night before. Something happened on the way to heaven.
Oh, boy.
Because the hair does not look good.
I'm like, where is that outfit with
that?
Where is that head wrap?
Where's that head wrap when you need it?
Oh,
holy mother, y'all! That was some like Aussie scrunch spray realness. She used the conditioning strip from that.
I don't think her hair smells like Aussie.
No, something went wrong there.
Man.
Like she left it on too long, or it relaxed the wave to the wave just went, I can't wave anymore.
And her color's coming in even more, her gray.
Oh. Y'all, if you're gonna have color treated hair like that, you're gonna go on a long trip. You gotta bring your color, girls. You gotta bring your color.
On a sentimental journey. So they go to the mosque. Mommy's there. By the way, it's weird. First of all, somebody brought this up, and I'm like, that's true. Does baby girl Lisa have this whole, like, childhood? Like, she calls herself baby girl Lisa.
Yeah.
She's not a baby. She's not a girl.
No.
Also, I guess, do they just use the term mommy?
That's what Usman calls her. So I guess they refer to his that. No, she's got a lot of other problems, but I don't think
okay.
that's
I'm going to skip that one. You're right. You're right. So they're washing their feet and their ears, and... This is where Mom says, I worry he's going to be a servant, misguided, but that's fine. But I had to say, this is where I was like, I got to give it to Lisa.
I got to stick it up for her, yeah.
Lisa, she went into that fucking mosque.
And she shut her fucking mouth, too.
She shut her mouth. She wore everything she was supposed to wear.
Now, unfortunately, when they did put the hijab on her, it was like E.T. in the basket, y'all. It was like Mother Terry. It was very Mother Terry from Avery's season. Elliot.
Elliot. You want a raw dog, Elliot? Touch my finger. Don't use a finger condom. Just the raw finger, and it's going to light up. Go ahead. Go. E.T. Phone raw dog.
She really does. She looked like fucking E.T. in that costume.
She looked like fucking E.T.
Ooh, bless.
Bless.
But she did everything. She was playing Follow the Leader with Mummy in that synagogue. She didn't even have her beads.
So here's one thing, and they go and talk after it, and she asks for the blessing to get outside, and Mom says no.
No.
Here's my thing. Can Lisa just not smile more? Have you noticed she always has it? Is it not a culture? That I'm asking. Come at us if you're from Nigeria.
I don't think she's a smiler.
But do you not smile at people?
She smiles in... I don't think... You know what it is? Baby girl Lisa does not smile like most women do. In where women are trying to smile to make sure everyone's pleased. Baby girl Lisa does not do that.
That's a good point. And not that she has to do that. But when you were
But
trying to get
culturally,
on
women do it.
But when you're trying to get on
I
someone's
agree.
good side, maybe
I
smiling's
totally
good.
agree. I just don't think she has that in her at all. If she does not smile unless she is happy. And
Yeah.
she's the opposite of when a man says smile, you'll look prettier.
She's like some of our relatives that say she was a hard woman.
Yeah.
That's a woman who doesn't smile. Do you have those relatives that they call a hard woman?
My Aunt Laura did not smile the whole time I knew her.
Really?
Yeah. My Aunt Laura was the one they found like $40,000 buried in her basement after she died.
Really?
Yeah. She was the rich one.
Well, no shit.
And whenever she was here, just like this. She never smiled.
Really?
Yeah. And y'all, here's the thing. Women, you don't have to smile.
You don't.
You don't have to
I'm
smile.
not saying that. I'm just saying.
But I
if
agree.
you're trying to get something from someone and appeal to them.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe. Anyway,
That's
it's not
kind of-
looking good for them, y'all.
It's not. I think if this is terrible, but yes, Usman is a devout Muslim, but what's stronger, the desire to get to go to America and his own international fame, as he says, or his mother's blessing?
I think he would leave. Don't
Me
you?
too. Me too.
I think
In
so,
a second. But who knows?
But it's easy to say that when you're gay because we had to come to terms with our parents disowning us when we
Right.
came out to them.
Right.
But anyway, is that all you got for them?
That is all I've got. Shall
Let's-
we take
yes.
a quick little siesta break?
We're going to take a break, and actually, I think I'm going to let Jake fix himself a drink this time.
It has been a day.
We'll see y'all in a second.
And next we have everyone's favorite adult toddler, David.
The loneliest of hearts.
Oh, hell.
Boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Boy. You know, I don't know what's sadder, David or the wig on his head.
Or his age spots.
It's true. Do you think that wig is
It's
just
hard.
walking around just thinking,
Golly, he's a dumb motherfucker. I've been sitting here waiting for some type of pussy. Anyhow, I know the only thing he's going to get is a bottle of canola oil in his left hand.
If I was to place a bet, I would be quite sure it wouldn't have been a Gomer Pyle voice that the wig would have used. But you know what? You created it, so it is real.
Gosh, I think it works.
Oh, I just hope one day I can be brushed with a real brush.
Yeah.
Not just poofed and fluffed.
I hope a woman runs her fingers through me instead of that blow-up doll that squeaks.
Just watch out for the stitching. Anyway, y'all. So David's in Pavlograd, at a very posh looking hotel.
very posh.
He's like,
He literally wakes up to his computer on his bed like he went to sleep with
wonder what happened there.
Yeah, not that that's ever happened to Poodle or I.
No, not at all.
Where you're like, fuck, I got to charge that. I have work to do. Fuck. That guy said he was going to text me back, and you're just waiting.
Then you just wake up and you're like, why does the touchpad have lube all over it?
Yeah, why can't I move my computer?
I can't get outside my door because my doorknob's coated with it.
So he wakes up though, and she's on the chat.
And she's on.
She's on, and he starts chatting with her.
And types a very sexy message to which he replies, yes.
And then, yeah.
He
Gosh,
gives us,
David, I think this might happen.
I can't wait to give Lana some roses. And so I'm going to go. Can't wait to see her. It takes her a long time to respond because she has a slow connection.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
No, she's basically she's a fat German man named Hans who's like eating bratwurst in between.
It's true.
More mustard, Helga.
It's true.
More mustard. You'll never put enough mustard on this.
I think
Some more Serbian.
I
Hans
think
is Serbian.
even a bigger shock than if this ended up being Maria is at the end of this season if we find out it's been Ogulpudulskaya all along.
Y'all, I haven't heard from her in a long time. Hopefully she is held up in some place that is corona-free.
She could be over there now.
You know.
So he goes to this flower shop. Very nice.
She doesn't have a lot
shop.
to offer right now. There's not a lot of Russian commentary.
There's not. Well, especially since we're not watching The Wife Beater.
Now, if we were watching that, Olga would definitely would call and tell us all about Varya.
No, it is painful for us, I have to say, but we respect women more because just his nipple tattoos alone.
Oh, it's so bad. Olga's so pissed off. She sent me
literally Olga and his cousin fucking Olga.
Olga sent me just like how I know she's pissed off. She'll just send me a letter, and inside it's just a dead mouse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that just means, fuck you, I'm not talking to you for a
Fuck
while.
you. You covered the wrong person.
Exactly. Just a dead mouse.
Just a dead mouse.
I don't know why she sends those, but it's nice to know she cares.
So, I don't know what the fucking deal is with this episode of 90 Day Fiancé, but they're playing the most cinematic music for these people.
The music has gotten
They're paying more for it.
Yeah, there's someone who's actually doing good work.
No, they're good, but it must be different than, on Too Hot to Handle, we talk about that the music supervision came from paid for by Def Comedy Jam.
No, Def Jam Records.
Def Jam Records, but it's actually...
But it's DEAF Jam.
Because the people that found it are all deaf.
And the guy who started Def Jam Records, his mother made a great jam.
Yes.
So
great strawberry.
Def Jam, and his name, strangely enough, is Kellen Heller.
Kellen Heller. Not related to Kellen Lutz.
No.
At all.
No.
Kellen Lutz, it's cute.
He's really hot.
His eyes are a little close together.
Yeah, he's got a little inbred look to
but
him. But that's okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Inbreds fuck till they can't fuck anymore.
That is the truth. We're from the South. We know. I haven't been with any of my
until
cousins.
Your pecker stops to wepper.
I say I haven't been with my cousins, but maybe that waiter from El Chico that fucked me in the field was.
Doubtfully.
Well, you never know.
It's the Spanish side of the Mars.
My grandpa did seed 17 children, we found out, sired them.
Don't ever say seed again.
So
anyway,
he raw dog those women. Anyway, so great cinematic music.
He gets 9 red roses, which I think is bizarre. Because
I don't understand
here's
that.
the thing. You only get 1 rose or you get a dozen. There is nothing in the middle. There's 1 or a dozen or 3 dozen or 2 dozen. There is not a 4 rose. There's not a 5 rose.
Unless it's an anniversary of, this is 9 years.
I know it's 7 years.
Exactly.
Right.
You got 9.
I think 9 is some kind of weird lucky number for him. I'm sure there's some kind of weird reason that it's 9.
I don't need a dozen roses.
Is that Kathy Mattea?
Roses wither away.
That's probably the second Kathy Mattea reference we've had.
Kathy Mattea. And a gentle hand take me as I am. God, I love Kathy Mattea. What's she doing now?
Hopefully she's okay.
Hopefully
she's in
she's
Canada,
staying home.
probably.
Good for her.
She's Canadian, isn't she?
Yeah,
I feel like she is.
So
That's Anne Murray. Anne Murray's very Canadian. Y'all make sure Anne Murray's safe. Y'all Canadian sissies, let us know what she's doing.
hey Siri, where's Kathy Mattea from?
Kathy Mattea was born in South Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There you go. She looks good. Anyway. Okay, everybody.
So
they go to this restaurant.
he's going to meet her at a restaurant. He's sweating through his shirt like a whore in church.
He brought another shirt, y'all.
Yo, because he's the kind who brings everything. So he's like fluffing that piece.
He says,
Golly!
Golly, David, is this going to be the day? I'm going to look fluffier than normal.
I've never seen a Russian toilet look this pretty.
I can't read the language, but sure are nice here. Food smells good, too.
That's a very naive hairpiece.
it's true.
God bless her.
Today's shit's happening.
Anyway,
it's not.
so she wound up not showing you guys.
No.
He calls his friend Tim and says,
Shocker.
It's strange. It's strange that she didn't show. Nope, it's not strange because you've tried to meet her 3 other times, and one time her brother died, and the other time she had a medical emergency, and then one time there was just no excuse.
Now, it's true. Now,
She was out of excuses.
here's the deal, y'all. We have a special guest today for the podcast. Y'all, we don't have Olga Poodle-Skyle here. However, I don't know if y'all noticed, but that waitress, kind of, I'd like to call her a poor man's Sally Bowles.
Whoa, that hair.
With the Liza Minnelli haircut. She is here today.
She's here.
And she's here to give an account as far as what she noticed at the restaurant. And
what's your name, madam? Hold on, let me get her.
oh, thank you for being here, poor man Sally Bowles.
Hello, I'm Nadja. I'm here to talk about the time when that man with large hairpiece came into my restaurant.
Yeah, did you think he seemed attractive?
No, he stared at phone the whole time. Have 9 roses, which very strange.
Oh, okay. Did he smell nice at least?
He smelled like old cabbage. Not the kind you keep in house, but the kind you put behind house
Oh,
to rot.
to like ward off evil spirits or something?
Yeah, that exists.
Okay.
You need to be careful.
How long did he stay for?
He was there at least 3 hours. I brought him. The strange thing, he requests strawberry milk.
Oh, really?
I have to go way back in cellar and put strawberry syrup in milk. I ran out of strawberry syrup, so I gave him. I just pour beets. I pour borscht in milk. He drink.
Okay.
He drink it happily.
Okay. And
He gave me very good tip.
oh, we did.
While staring at me, and so I thank him for that. I start to ruffle hair, and then hairpiece yell at me in very strange southern accent.
Oh, okay. I've heard that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's cursed. Hairpiece is cursed.
So, just final thoughts, poor man Sally Bowles. Do you think he'll ever find love? Or have a better question? Do you think he'll ever have sex with a woman?
These chances are not good.
Okay.
I sent my son to rob him.
And there we are. Well, thank.
I got to go catch a bus now.
Okay, thank you, poor
Nadja,
man Sally.
I got to go back.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Do svidanya.
Do svidanya. Like, see, y'all, we work. We get in guest here. Poodle, you missed her.
Oh, wow.
She was really concise.
Okay.
Really quick. I know you went to pee, but
I miss everything.
you missed everything.
Why does this microphone smell like strawberry milk? I haven't smelled that since childhood.
We're so stupid. Okay.
Y'all, you didn't come for a smart show. Let's be honest.
Okay, so Lana doesn't show up.
It's not CBS this morning.
It's not. We're no Gail King.
No.
Oh, okay. So
No.
he's going to go to her house, and of course we know they're not going to show
This is
us.
such a fucking crazy thing to do.
He walks up there, and then I told Poodle, this would have been kind of amazing. I wish almost he would have walked to the door and then didn't knock on it.
That would have
and
been-
just said he's going to go
That
back.
would have been like a Merchant Ivory movie where he
Oh.
decides it's all in him. That everything he needed is in him. That's not David.
No, so he knocks, and we see the door open, and then shocker, we'll see you next week.
Who's behind that door, you think?
Not Maria.
No.
It's going to
You
be
mean Lana?
Not Lana, sorry. It's going to be I think it's going to be like it's going to be like a guy or like an old Ukrainian woman.
Yeah.
Not any and they're going to have no idea who Lana is
Right.
or where she's from
It's not Lana.
or anything. It's not Lana.
It's not Lana. Yeah, it's y'all. It's a fat man from Minsk.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yep.
All
They all just shock. Spoiler alert: this story is not going to end well.
not going to end well. Not kind of like I'm starting to feel for Ash and Avery, our next Lonely Hearts.
Yeah.
Were you done with him? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am done. Boy, there were some serious red flags thrown this week. Whoa, it's like a semaphore class.
What is that?
Semaphore with how you land a plane, you use a series of flags.
Oh.
Boy, someone didn't take an SAT class, obviously. Again, y'all, I just want to teach him things he never learned. I wish the world's kind of stopped, but we're still podcasting, y'all. We still working 13 fucking hours today.
We really did.
But semaphore is how they used to get planes in.
Oh,
by seeing flags.
There you go. So they're driving along, and
she wants to kill a spider. He's like, "No, don't kill a spider." I don't know what accent that was.
No, it wasn't the right one, but that's fine.
Kill a spider.
They're gonna go snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. This made me jealous. This looked
it's so gorgeous.
beautiful. Yep. You've never been to Australia, right? Okay.
And they still managed to fuck it up.
That's what I thought. They're having this fucking fight at their goddamn Great Barrier Reef.
Well, it just tells you the more you try to go on vacation to get away from your problems, they're always there.
Not going to work, y'all.
Yeah, Big Ed and Rose are going to have a lot of fun with that next week, it looks like.
So they're doing all this stuff, and she said, I've got some questions for him, but I'm going to wait. So,
in other words, the producers told me to wait until he's most vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because God, he is hot without his shirt on.
Yeah, he's got a really nice body.
His body's pretty incredible. It's kind of perfect. So she starts asking him some questions about his coaching.
Yeah, and she's been pretty going hard to the basket with a lot of these questions. I think she should be.
But I have to say, I think so far she could surprise me, and I did not think this. Avery is one of the most well-adjusted people we've seen on 90 Day Fiancé.
And she showed no signs of this when we first saw her as a cannabis chef. You thought she was a crazy bitch.
In Seattle, you thought she was cuckoo crazy living in fantasy land.
Yeah, and her parents were interesting.
Remember, we thought she was going to be like Rachel.
Yeah.
Who's on Before the 90 Days on our Patreon right now.
Third sister wife, y'all.
Oh, Rachel and John.
Third sister wife.
Jake calls her the third sister wife.
Because she's not the bitchy first one. She's not the disciplinarian. And she's not the second one who's married just because she was pretty. She's the third one who's there to round out the group. And she makes everyone get along and everyone likes her.
And she has to raise a lot of the kids.
Yeah. She cooks the best, too.
Yeah.
She's always got a smile on her face, though.
Loves bacon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's third sister wife.
Well, so anyway, Avery is the way she talks to him, it was very intelligent question. She was like, what's your process?
Yeah.
What do people come to you for? And look, Jake and I, with therapy
we work in the
stuff,
field.
he does life coach. We work in this field. So it's if somebody asked you, Jake, what is your process in doing this?
He's super.
You would have an answer.
I would, and I would. If someone approached me and said that, I would approach it as someone who wants to know more about what I do.
Yeah,
he's cagey as fuck, y'all.
He is cagey as fuck.
And there's a couple reasons that could be why. He could be worried that she would either steal some kind of book that he'll write up. Some people are like that.
Maybe.
Or he could think that the keys to the kingdom that he has are some kind of magical thing that he can't really share with people unless they purchase something.
You could think that.
Or he could be, every time he's with the client, he could basically be flirting with them and telling them everything they want to hear.
A gigolo?
A gigolo.
Shout out to Leslie Jordan.
Who is providing some of the best quarantine entertainment besides us.
If y'all miss us, follow Leslie Jordan on Instagram.
That piano thing where he acted like he was playing piano and that like country hymn he sang, or folk song, I was screaming.
If you love Southern stories, a lot of you have come at me and said you feel like that's going to be me within 30 years, and it's a huge compliment.
It is.
He's a joyous man.
You're not that talented.
Probably not. Probably not. That's fair. That hurt, but it's
fair. That was a vicious read. I'm sorry.
So anyway, he's dodging all these questions.
I think you're more versatile than he is.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Sweet. But it was he's pretty fucking funny.
He is. He's very funny. He does something very specific.
He is
though.
gayer than us,
That's
which
saying
says
something.
He's much more in a box. Y'all,
Yeah.
if y'all haven't seen, I would almost say we could watch this, but I feel like I would get into it too much. But if y'all haven't seen the movie Sordid Lives, do yourself a favor.
That is both of our childhoods kind of meshed together.
I know. I had one friend who told me, he said, that's a horrible movie. And I went,
You're wrong.
We're not going to be friends.
You're wrong.
You still teach him voice.
Oh. No. Well, he has
homophobia issues.
No, and he has issues about what movies are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that was a vicious read too.
Anyway, I'd like to say that she basically says he can't give her an answer. And he says his best answer is, I coach women who are very successful who don't have time to connect with men.
Which sounds like a hooker.
It does.
Sorry we're using that word if you're offended by it. A sex worker.
Gigolo.
But it does sound cagey. Because, look, Avery says you had 68 messages on your phone.
That's a lot.
I don't think she would be as worried from him if he seemed like a legitimate coach.
Agree. And he doesn't share anything.
But he shares nothing.
Yeah.
And
when he talks, it's all platitudes.
It's all platitudes. Yep. Nothing's concrete. Look, I'm an eclectic therapist, and I really work with the client. I don't like to say, well, I do just this and just this. But if you ask me, I wouldn't say, well, I don't like to say what form I do. No, we can give you concrete
I can tell you what
answers.
I do.
And say, like, somebody calls, we do an intake or whatever. Yeah. He does none of that. It's cagey as fuck.
It is. And
it all adds, it's not one thing for her. And what we're seeing, it's almost like a movie, like a thriller movie at the end where you find out they're a sociopathic serial killer. It's all starting to add up, and she's seeing it.
And she says, basically, she asks him, she says, well, who's a client and who isn't of these text messages, of these 68 text messages you have? And then there's this, like, thing that goes off in his eyes. And that's when you see the real Ash, y'all. We have not seen him.
I don't think we have either.
And he goes, you don't have room to tell me that. Like, his eyes kind of bug a little more.
After he said it, you could see himself reeling back and like, don't do that.
I got my blood kind of chilled at this point, you guys.
He is, I do worry about him being a sociopath, actually.
Because
just being a liar.
I could see that. I just don't think we have any idea who he is. And I said that when we were talking with Aaron Martin and Mary Payne in our Pink Shade crossover.
Yeah, and check out Payne in the Pod. We were just on
we
that
just
episode.
did that one too. Yo, we are some thirsty whores. I've been on so many dicks.
We are, y'all. We are
because you know what? I'm not on any in real life.
It's true. So I just got to get him on podcast so he won't quarantine fuck. And then where I'm too hot to handle, they lose money, and in real life, you lose a life if you fuck.
It's true. So he basically
Mother
says,
Poodle would call me if he got sick and go, man, I thought he was safe with you.
Why'd you let him do that, Matthew?
I can't go out there, too.
She would, as you know, she would hold you personally responsible.
For sure. 100% for sure. I know this.
Woo!
As Oprah says, this I know for sure.
So he kind of starts spiraling and says, well, I'll just tell you I'm single now. And she's like,
slip of the tongue, which she even said, and he meant to say single for so long, but no.
Didn't help.
I think, again.
That's like Ricky saying Melissa's name during sex with Jimena.
And Jimena being like, gay? Literally, she said
Y'all,
gay. She was like, what?
On our Patreon, we're having a good time talking about that piece of shit, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. Ricky, I'll lose your number.
Poor Ricky and that sloppy seconds.
Oh, poor Jimena. We like Jimena,
we love
too.
Her.
We want her to love herself more. If they end up together, I'm going to be pissed.
I'll be furious because that's not how that should end. So anyway, he's basically not now, and then he starts doing a Porky Pig. That's all, folks.
Exactly.
He starts like trying to like spinning his head around.
And this Avery is she's so non-confrontational with him.
Yep.
She's not defensive at all. She says, it just feels like sometimes you tell me one thing, but your body language seems defensive.
He's like, what's defensive? What's defensive?
And he said, I really tried to make it open for you, which is not true at all.
And it's like the Family Feud survey says, show me defensive. Ding!
Ding! And it's not even, it's hard with him because it's not like he's lying as if, can he not just go there? Like,
right.
is he like, because we know these people that work in self-help. Y'all, I feel like there's two types of people that work in self-help.
It's a
and
problem,
therapy and all.
yeah.
And when I was in school, two types. There's people that are actually kind of past their shit and want to help people.
Yeah, and people who want to work with people and want to help people make progress.
And then there are the other people that are damaged and broken
and trying to figure themselves out.
They're there not even trying to figure themselves out, but they're there to just dole out advice to other people so they don't have to deal with their own shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
that.
Ash might be that.
Ooh.
I think he's that self-person is, I'll tell you how to live your life so I don't have to worry about living mine.
That is so true. I was thinking more.
I know so many people like this.
more in a medical field, in a sense of like when I know therapists or when I know, but people, new agey people,
yes,
self-help people. Yeah,
yes.
You're exactly right. They do it so they can like spew out information to others and don't have to deal with their own. Yeah,
and
I totally agree.
I think that's him. That's kind of what I think now.
Because the more he talks to other people about how perfect their lives can be, he keeps the illusion alive.
And his life, think about the way he looks.
Yeah.
The way his life seems perfect.
Well, yeah, also he's got body issues, definitely.
I bet you he probably has debt.
Yeah.
He probably has a lot of things in the closet.
And he doesn't look like most people from Australia.
No, so he's had to deal with that. He's
yeah.
probably had to deal with like feeling less than
He
for
also
that.
seems like a fuck up compared to his brother.
Or his brother's beat him down his whole life.
Yeah.
But if he is so kind of perfect and has his life together, I don't think his brother would be as concerned as his choices.
That's true.
Because he would trust him.
Yep.
We just read him. But that
filth.
said,
for filth.
Poodle, would you still open up your legs in the air and let
Definitely.
him enter you like a highway?
110%.
Yeah. Woo! Like the 101.
Bricker, number 9.
Eastbound and down, and I'm headed up and fucking.
Roll on, brother trucker. Roll, brother trucker. Down the road, roll in my ass.
Roll on with it, roll on down.
I loved Alabama. Come at me if you loved Alabama.
Are they homophobic?
I hope not. If Alabama...
Someone find out.
Find out if they're homophobic, so we should know.
Because we don't do research.
Because we don't do research. Speaking of...
I don't know how to Google.
Speaking of a lonely heart who doesn't know how to Google... I just want to say, they're at a restaurant...
Called the Sparklings.
The Sparklings. Yolanda's meeting her daughter,
Las
Kara.
Vegas is weird, y'all. All kinds of shit.
We could not live in Las Vegas.
No.
Because we would become those performers that just had... We would be like the new Siegfried and Roy. Just pulled back.
My face would be so tight, they'd have to install like a spam key, and you just turn and turn. Like I'd say, "Can you turn my spam key, please?" It'd get tighter and tighter.
It's true. You just wind him up, and then he put a hairpiece on the back so you didn't see it.
Exactly.
That was very tall.
Turn my key, please. So Yolanda is at the Sparklings, obviously to meet someone for lunch, and she has been sent a threatening email. I will say, Yolanda's look changes quite a lot, you guys.
Yeah.
She can kind of, you know how her hair is very short on the sides, and she's wearing like her sunglasses on top, and it just looks like the Predator. Like that shaved look,
a little bit,
and that
she's
hair.
pretty. She's a pretty woman.
She is, but shaved
sometimes
look.
the styling is off.
Yeah, the styling is off, and it's those earrings too. Woo!
So she tells
Kara.
She tells Kara.
Spelled Kara.
But before even she gets there, she says, there's someone who is in my private pictures. Or wait,
pictures.
My private pictures, and she says. She says, I mean, maybe somebody hacked with the
We
Williams.
hacked the Williams.
Maybe somebody hacked the Williams.
Before we get too much further, I think this is a time for another installment of 90 Days Theater.
All right, but
It's time for the curtain to go up. I will let you play the role of Yolanda, and I'll be playing the no-nonsense daughter, Kara or Kara with 2 R's.
Or whatever
and
the
I
fuck
can't,
her name
I
is.
can't get past it. Sorry.
Sorry. So,
Boy, that bitch has to spell that everywhere she goes.
Scene and Terry, they're sitting in a restaurant called the Sparklings. If you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like a Charleston's, but cheaper.
So, hey, Mom, how are you?
Hi, Kira. It's good to see you.
So, how's things going? You found out anything with Williams?
I need to tell you something,
Okay.
baby.
Okay.
So I asked Williams if he was Nigerian, and he didn't respond.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I mean, I hope he contacts me again and lets me know.
Mom, seriously? Seriously?
Don't you think he's not Nigerian, right? He can't be. I was thinking that maybe someone, this happens all the time. I'm not that versed on social media, but maybe somebody hacks him.
This is Kara's inner monologue. Oh my God, I can't believe this woman actually birthed me. Oh God, what do I do? She's gonna bleed me dry with debt. Back to regular monologue. Mom,
Yeah.
you have to face the fact that he might be scamming you.
Well, Kara, I need to tell you something really bad.
Oh God, there's more.
I received an email threat, but I don't think it was from the Williams. It was from
Okay. What?
It was from someone else who said somehow they were going to make public the pictures that I sent to the Williams.
Inner monologue. What the fuck? Monologue, actually. Mom, what do you mean they were going to make public?
Well, baby girl, I don't know how to tell you this, but they're not regular pictures. They're of my peaches and cream.
Inner monologue. Holy fucking shit! My mother just sent nude fucking photos to someone she doesn't even know. Wait, what kind of pictures again?
My pumpkin pie.
Okay. So
I also put my address on the pictures too, so that way he would know where to find my
Inner
pink
monologue.
folds.
Motherfucker! And scene. Y'all, that daughter deserves an Emmy for
deserves it.
not losing her shit.
Or as your grandmother would say, she's gonna get a special place.
No. My grandmother would say, when someone would be a complete disaster, my grandmother would say, "Oh, that poor thing. When she gets to heaven, God's gonna love her the most."
God's gonna love Kara the most.
Yes, no, she will. Anyway, that's all I've got about that fucking disaster. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do a crossover episode. We haven't scheduled it yet, but we're gonna be doing it with Frauded by TLC.
And
you guys,
so we'll get all the tea.
So I've been skipping her stuff about Yolanda because I kind of want to be surprised after the seasons are over.
Yeah.
I don't love spoilers the way everyone else does.
I don't either.
So we try not, unless we get tea that's relevant for what we're talking about, you guys, we try to stay away from it.
So we'll get some stuff from Friday though.
Yeah,
So
because we only have one more episode, I believe, right?
They're weird on the numbering.
Yeah,
of these,
it is.
So it's hard. But as we know, as Yolanda, we're going to leave this with this. Yolanda says, the Williams will have an explanation, so I just have to keep texting him.
She just needs to be smothered with a pillow. It's awful. She needs to be put down. She's that much of an idiot.
She just, bless her heart.
I'm saying if this is not a big scam, I'm saying if this story isn't being kind of manufactured.
She probably had so many kids because she knew she couldn't take care of herself.
Maybe. But boy,
One of them will have to
can
raise
you
her.
imagine trying to act like such a fool on television?
The thing is, though, I don't
Maybe
even
that's the
think
important
she's
part.
a fool at all.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't know that she's a fool.
Yeah.
She is. David, I kind of wonder. Sometimes
Do you realize
with
you say full instead of fool?
Yeah, I say things like that. I say full, yeah.
Just y'all, because regional accents, y'all. I just try to point them out.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I do that with my students all the time, and I'm not trying to belittle them. I'm just bringing it out that it's an eccentricity of language. Fool. Yeah.
Fool.
Not full.
Yeah, fool. She's acting like a fool.
It's
Anyway,
like I have a student who says, "Day is not. It's day."
which
day.
is really odd that I say that because fool that's almost like more of like a southern way of saying
Fool.
it. Where I'm from, everything's very like fool.
Yeah.
You
Fool.
would think I'd say it like that.
It's a taller oo vowel. Fool.
Anyway, sorry, we just lost 40% of you. Like you just said a ooh vow, and they're
No,
like,
this is what we talk about. If you want to like a bird's eye view into our conversations, this is it.
this is it. So we talk about that and we sing opera. By the
It's
way,
that interesting.
we had the best time last night on our watch and
On
chat.
our watch and chat, we did Phantom of the Opera, y'all.
It was great.
And it was a great production. I will say I didn't only roll my eyes a couple of times. And I realized that I completely checked out at almost all the time that the producers are there.
which would be our role.
Yeah.
Anyway, we enjoyed it. We'll be doing
I
another.
kind of got a little drunk, too.
We'll be doing another watch and chat this Saturday. We
That
don't
I
know
will
what we're going
announce
to
it. I will announce it soon.
If you're interested in that, join the
Sissy Squad. We do a live watch and chat, y'all. We talk about all this shit. Now, you can't watch us watching it live because we don't have the bandwidth.
It's like 2 hours long
Yeah.
or an hour and a half. But we did do some live videos of us singing like women.
And my shirt gets up, and you can see my stomach, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Once he starts getting drunk, he's
Yep.
just a halter top.
Yep.
Anyway,
That's all I got about that mess. Well, y'all, to this we've come.
it's time. Let's talk about my heart.
Darce, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Stace.
Preface of this, you guys, we're not going to do this whole. Unfortunately, we're not going to do a 90s theater version of this.
You're not.
On this podcast
Because
we
if
have
you haven't
filmed
seen already,
a video. If you haven't seen already,
we did a little social media 90
a little
Day
social
Theater.
media 90 Days Theater.
And you can find that either on Twitter or on Instagram at 90 Day Gays.
No, go check that out because we got wigs. Got a little, not a lot, not good wigs though.
Not good wigs. It was basically the wigs Poodle had in his closet.
Yeah, shockingly, all this was on hand.
On hand.
Everything
He
here.
had a military jacket. He had a black jacket with big shoulders.
Y'all, my house is kind of like your drama teacher's house. It's just filled with props that she's used for every production
true.
that she just keeps. If you've ever been to your drama teacher's house, you're like, what the fuck is this?
And she's like, well, we use that in a production
And
of...
so she's like, so you put it on your house?
yeah, we use that for that Mariah number.
Y'all, come at me if you've been to your drama teacher's house and gone, fuck.
That's my drama teacher's house. I've been there.
Yes.
Anyway,
A
so
lot of props around.
this starts with Darcy putting on the most uncomfortable boots ever.
Oh, this outfit
This is like...
good God.
You know what her outfit looked like? And I don't mean this. I'm just going to say it. It looks like if they had an episode of G.I. Joe where one of the men like took a pill and turned into like a kind of an ugly, bloated woman. That's kind of how her outfit looks like. Like Cobra went,
Duke, you're going to change into a woman. And everything you've always wanted, you're going to have. You're going to have huge ass tits.
not going to happen, brother. It's not going to. What's happening?
Love me. This is all a Cobra plan.
God, we love G.I. Joe.
Snake eyes.
Snake Eyes. I wish I could do
Y'all,
that, guy.
Cobra Commander was gay.
Cobra Commander was a foppish villain.
He talked like this.
And then that one came that like with Terrence, with
Tomas
Gatan
and Zaymot.
and Zatar.
I think that's a seasoning. They were twins, and you know they fucked each other.
They did. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do G.I. Joe, an episode of G.I.
Real
Joe.
American hero, G.I. Joe.
Maybe we'll do it as a bi-curious episode
Maybe.
or a Care Bears episode.
These are all bad ideas. Sometimes I can't even humor you.
They're not good ideas.
So you guys,
Anyway, so
she looks ridiculous. Her boobs
Bless.
are so big.
They're so big.
I also say that she's like, so Tom told me that he had a girl, and they showed that picture again of that kind of willowy blonde girl in
Yes.
Tom's lap, and I said, that looks like a fucking ventriloquist dummy.
That's what's in.
that
How
Tom fell
you
in love with.
doing, fucking Darcy? Do you hate her? I just want to be on TV.
Y'all, so Tom's love is a ventriloquist dummy.
Did you love her? Kinda, sorta. I gave her a key and told my heart, but I didn't love her from the start.
Yeah,
I'll work on those.
That's from Chicago, the musical.
Chicago.
So, this whole outfit's problematic. She's got her Max Headroom glasses on, y'all.
She does.
Driving back to Connecticut
She's
for
just sitting in the car going, wish I never met. Just kind of talking to herself at this point.
just
Wish I never met him.
memes. Just memes.
Wish I didn't give him my love. Wish I.
Time to start over.
Wish I wouldn't have let him motorboat me and made that noise out my ass.
That's called a wah-wah mute.
Wish I wouldn't have got those extensions so short.
So you guys,
Everything.
Stacy, she's meeting Stacy for lunch. Stacy's sitting there in her military coat with her head underneath.
With her hand underneath.
Yeah,
yes.
underneath her face.
And before she goes to meet, she's like, well, I'm going to go meet my sister because if anyone gets me, it's Stacy.
This relationship is so abusive. I just will say this. This is the nicest they've ever been to one another.
It was quite touching. We've
Yeah.
never seen Darcy. We've seen Stacy cry every episode. I've never seen Darcy cry.
You mean Stacy?
I always get them confused.
You do.
We've never seen Stacy cry,
No.
have we?
They do the best thing, y'all. Darcy makes that kind of Muppet cry face where she sticks her face out. Then Stacy does it.
Jake went into a coughing fit when we watched this. We both were
I've
laughing.
never laughed so hard.
I think that's the hardest I've laughed at 90 Day Fiancé as well.
It's absurd.
It just reminds me that I love this show.
The editing of this, going from Darcy's face to Stacy's face to Darcy's face, it was like a fucking Bergman movie. It was so good. They need an Emmy.
It was so
Anyway,
fucking
y'all,
good.
You can see all that whole dialogue in film of us recreating that scene.
Just go to 90 Day Gays on
Twitter or Instagram.
Twitter, Instagram, and actually we'll post it on we should be posting it on Facebook as well, so people can share it out. But we can talk a little bit about what they talked about. Basically, Darcy's like, it did not go good.
And Stacey's basically like, wow.
She's just kind of shocked. And then I think what really was a turning point is when Darcy admitted that, like, Annie called me fat. And that's when Stacey was like, you do not deserve that.
You don't deserve
girl.
that.
She's like, you don't deserve that. And that's when she started crying.
And Stacey even said, I'm glad she walked away on her own. I'm glad she did that.
I'm glad she walked away on her own. I was proud of her.
They are fucking toxic sisters. They do care about one another, though.
I don't think they love anybody else.
I
don't
agree.
think they love anyone more in the world than each other.
I agree with that.
How much that it's toxic, but she will always be there for her sister.
I agree with that.
Both of them.
But when the times are really tough, like there, because Stacey can see that Darcy's really hurt.
Stacey can see that Darcy's broken and not to twist the knife. So, and also too, in those moments, Stacey doesn't feel threatened because probably when she watches too,
Amen.
She was with Florian. I don't know if they're together now. We could ask Fraud, maybe she'll know.
Yeah. Well, Tom kind of took care of that. By Tom basically called out Florian for kissing a girl who wasn't Stacey.
So,
anyway,
that's kind of how they
Stacey
end.
basically says, "You got your girls, you got me.
You got your girls, you got me. We're gonna get you through.
I'm always
it."
gonna have your back."
And then they hug. She's like, "I love you, Darce. Love you, Stace." And then it ends.
And then we see
next week that fucking Tom
is going to her
is
fucking
coming
door.
to her house. That makes me so angry.
He's
He's
such
worse
a
than
fame
Jesse.
whore.
He is. Even
No
on,
one's worse than Jesse.
No, that's true. You're right.
No
I
one.
forgot. We're gonna have to see Jesse on fucking What Now?
God. Y'all, if I could pay to have someone killed, it would be Jesse. I'd
There's
pay
someone-
at least $1,000.
There's someone
We
else
could
I
chip
know
in.
actually in my life. I know that I would want to be dead first, but then him.
Yep, I get you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
by the way, if these people do die, we're just kidding. It's comedy, a reference.
well, if Tom Brooks dies, I am not responsible.
We are not responsible.
Uh-huh.
Or my yes.
If Tom Brooks dies, y'all, I will be gone. I'll be in Canada.
We'll be Andrea Simpson. Get ready. 2 queens are coming to live with you,
we're going to
bitch.
Toronto. You better.
Toronto.
I'm going to need my own room.
or Niles Good will stay with your boyfriend. He's in Canada
That's
too.
true. I'm going to need my own room regardless. Y'all, because I like to take men home. Okay.
Well, then maybe you won't stay
You
with
can
Niles'
stay on the
boyfriend. You'll go to Andrea's and I'll stay at Niles.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what
you can stay on the couch.
Exactly.
I need a nice bed to sleep in. You can sleep in squalor.
Isn't that a thing of getting older? I can't sleep in a
no,
shitty
no.
bed anymore.
Y'all, if someone says, "Oh, you can sleep on the couch," I'm like, "What?"
I have to bring those things that flatten out the air of everything, and we even bring my
I
own
need
pillow.
like a fucking pillow.
It's true.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I like after 30, y'all. I sleep on a bed.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. I want to-
No like air mattress, no shit like that.
Unless maybe I'm going to see a friend in New York because New York's so
Oh, yeah,
fucking
you have to
expensive
have an
get
air
an
mattress.
apartment. You can't really afford
And
a
I
hotel
prefer
there.
my own room. So if you've got your own room, y'all, I'll stay with you. Hopefully, a private exit or private entrance is better.
Because he's got a
If you've
private.
got a guest house, that's even better.
If you've got a private entrance,
I've got a private entrance.
you've got a private exit. That becomes your entrance.
Yo, that's the show.
That is the show. It's time for our sissy shout outs.
Oh God, we're at Q and R.
P and
P
Q.
and Q.
Let me look at Mary Shesky.
Jesus.
I can say the name right now. Shesky. Maybe. We are at P and Q. It can't be Stephanie Gomez Pelkey, and it can't be Pamela Mountain, and it can't be Quentin Bonton.
Okay.
So P and Q. While Poodle's pulling up, I just want to remind you that, y'all, you can go to 90daygays.com and you can find all our other shows. You can find River Mails, you can find Sweet Tea, you can find a lot of you are listening to. Hopefully, you like the Q&A where we ask your advice questions. If you like more
I
of
have
that,
a good one.
you can listen to the old Dear Maddie episodes with Poodle and I, or with other guests. You can check those out. And also, you can get our merch at 90daygays.com.
I have mine, and I'm doing P.
Okay, then I'm going to do Q. One more thing I want to remind you of. Come at us on Cameo. We're having fun on that. We've been doing a lot of
We're
cameos
having a
lately.
lot of good times.
So be sure to find
And
us on
we-
there,
We're
too.
doing charity, Cameo for charity
No,
until...
not by the time this airs. It's done on Monday. You never can remember time frames. We're not doing it now. It's not for charity.
That's already happened, y'all.
God help me.
Y'all, this show, you can say a lot about a lot of shows. This show is real. We
It
keep
is.
it real.
We are up to 4,700 members in our Sissy
That
Squad.
is fantastic.
We need to do something big for
For
5,000.
5,000.
Jackie, help us think of that.
We're still going to be in quarantine, though, so maybe I'll just use one of those little, we'll get a cake and go, and that's
It's
it.
true.
5,000. I have P. I can go.
Yeah, that's fine. Go
ready.
ahead.
Y'all, my sissy shout out goes to Mess Van Prague.
Oh, God.
Mess Van Prague. Y'all,
Oh, God.
Mess. We call her Mess. She's just got one initial. Mess Van Prague loves nothing more, you guys, than, we've talked about before those girls who love horses as children.
Yeah.
Mess Van Prague she was allergic to horses, so she could never have a real horse.
Oh, okay.
So she got one of those carousel horses.
Oh,
And she was obsessed with riding carousel horses, so much so that she had her father take one out, and she just rode it around with wheels.
Oh.
So she was just, it was the whole pole and everything.
Okay.
It was like 11 foot like tall of a pole, and she's just riding that carousel horse around.
Good for
just
her.
going, singing the carousel theme like you said. That's the carousel thing from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, you guys. The best musical about spousal abuse.
True.
It's a small list. Anyway, so Mess Van Prague can be found rolling around the streets. She's in her early 30s these days, and she's still rolling around the streets of New York.
Look at her.
I know. Anyway,
rolling.
one thing she also loves to do, she despises roaches of any kind.
Ah.
And so she's like rolling around in her horse carousel, just driving that thing around. And if she sees a roach, she'll do anything to go all over it.
Oh.
So unfortunately, she rolls over people's toes sometimes, which led her to a lawsuit. Yeah, brought by a man, and they took her to small claims court.
Boy, this is a long detail.
And she basically said her whole argument of defense was, I was just trying to kill roaches, and he put his foot in the middle there. And surprisingly, in the small claims court, the judge says, nope, I'm sending you to jail to throw away the key.
So she's in jail now.
I guess that didn't say.
Wow. Wow.
But you know what? There is a light at the end of the tunnel, because she learned to make horse cookies in jail.
There's a light in the distance.
And all of the prisoners love her horse cookies.
'Cause I know where I'd be.
Yeah, and so does the warden. And in the next episode, she escapes from jail and goes outside and takes her shirt off into the rain. That's original.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Alyssa.
that is Mess Von Prague's
Mess von Prague.
sissy shout out.
Mess von Prague. Okay, my...
God, that went on forever.
Sure did.
I'm exhausted.
My sissy shout out goes to Margarita
Sorry if he's going to butcher your name, honey.
Zwezada.
I think I've already done this one, haven't I? No, I haven't.
Did I say that right?
Quezada.
Well, I'm glad you just said her name.
Sorry.
Margarita
You
Quezada.
you shouldn't modify the thing you're going to work that has.
Well, it's too late now. You ruined it. Y'all, this is my sister shout out. And Margarita, funny thing, can't stand tequila.
Wow.
Can't stand a margarita. In fact,
Makes me take my clothes off.
everybody calls her Mojito Margarita because that's all she'll drink, y'all, is just rum.
I love it that you say mojito.
Because Margarita thinks she's a pirate, y'all. She wears a pirate outfit every day of the week. She is always in a pirate winch
We've had a
outfit.
couple more pirates, but that's okay.
Drinking Mount Gay rum.
Mount Gay.
Mount Gay rum from the bottle all day.
She
And
goes
look,
hard.
Margarita is happy. You know why? Because her husband has huge BDF, y'all.
Oh yes, I'm so uncomfortable when you actually look at their pictures.
I'm just saying.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Swing low, sweet. It's out there. So she's happy because she is getting drunk and getting that D.
We need to talk about your processes for these.
You know what? You went on for 10 fucking minutes. So,
Yes, but mine are fanciful, and yours are kind of like a combination of reality that make me uncomfortable.
you know what? I don't care. And so,
Okay.
anyway, y'all, so she also is known in the community as someone who will make you wear, you know those stickers that we had as kids that were kind of puffy?
Yes.
She loves puffy stickers.
Puffy stickers, yeah.
And she likes to cover town statues in the night with puffy Lisa Frank stickers.
Okay.
And But to this day, nobody knows it's her.
Okay.
So
she's a clandestine sticker placer.
Yes, and the town paper just calls it the Lisa Frank
Bandit.
Mm-hmm. Bandit.
Sticker bandit.
So she's a sticker bandit, and also, y'all, she's an assassin. And that's our Sissy shout out. There you go. And that's our show.
That is the show, y'all. Y'all, if you love the 90 Day Gays, please check out our Patreon episodes or even check out our normal feed. I can't speak. Check out our normal feed. This is like the 11th podcast I've done, and my mouth is tired.
It's true.
Check out.
Which is, saying
I know
something.
that's saying something. Check out our Too Hot to Handle episodes, and
We're
if
having
you
a lot
love
of
it,
fun.
subscribe to our Patreon because we're having. I will say we did 4 episodes. They're some of our funniest ones.
Some of the most fun I've ever had podcasting with you, Queen. I have
That's
to
saying
say.
something, y'all.
You made me laugh so hard today that I started crying so hard that my eyes started burning, and then it was.
I don't know if it's just exhaustion.
Maybe
I don't
you are
know.
going to listen and say, this sucks. But we're having a good time.
We're having a
And
good time.
Poodle wrote a hell of a theme song.
I did.
So check that out. And we talked about merch. We talked about everything else. And one more thing, we just want to remind you, this is just a moment of your life right now. So if you're going crazy, a lot of people are going stir crazy out there.
It's one moment. It will be different.
We ask you, I know some of you have gotten those stimulus checks and you want to get out there and spend them, but please stay home right now.
Please stay home, y'all.
Please stay home. Do what your local
It is
government
a
officials.
radical act of love to stay home, as a friend of ours
is.
says.
We had a sissy who is a nurse who's talked about holding people's hands as they pass. So let's do those things for them.
Because I found a friend's dad just passed away today.
Yeah. So we're all going through it, but like everybody's saying, we're all going through this together, and we're with you too. So,
And why wouldn't Safer be not sorry?
Exactly. We will get to see each other. We will be having live shows. We will see you again soon.
It's all going to be good soon.
So stay safe, Queens.
and you know what?
What?
We call these people lonely hearts.
We do. Just because we're lonely hearts. Just like them.
We flipped this because we're lonely hearts just like them. This is the first time I've ever done that part.
Yes. And if you are a lonely heart out there dating a guy with 60 fucking messages on his text thread in Australia, wondering why you're not getting banged by some hot Australian dick, somebody down under, call us.